I want all of us to have a piece of paper. If somebody walk in this room now and say, name 3 things in your life that you want, and I'll give it to you. Just write those 3 things down quickly. Quickly. 3 things that you might want a house, you might want to get married, you might want to go to the moon, whatever. Summarize it in the best way you can. Right, okay, you got to 3 things. You're still in the middle of it. You want a car, you want a boat, you want a ship, you want to get married, you want to get children, and all of that. But the guy walked back in and said, look, those 3 things that I gave you, can you give me 1 back? Just cancel the first thing you're going to give up. Okay, just to speed up things, he walked back in and he said, you only have 2 left. Give me 1 more. And that 1 that is left is yours. What would be the last one left?
Money.
Money.
Peace.
Money. Peace. Family. Right, do we all want money, yeah? Do we all want peace?
Yes.
Do we all want family? We don't want money, but we need money, don't we? Or else I can't get back to Glasgow. My name is Jerry, and the reason I want us to do that little exercise is decision. Decision is very important in individual, in organization, and where we come from. I'm from Liberia, West Africa, and the charity I'm going to be talking about is AYDAP. The background of Liberia, since we're going to rush, is Liberia had a civil war from 1989 to 2003. After that war, what we noticed, the background of Liberia, there was an integration problem. Where does that problem come from? After the Industrial Revolution, free slaves returned from the United Kingdom to Sierra Leone. And when the Americans followed them to Sierra Leone, there was no space. That's how Liberia became Liberia. Liberia is not an African name, is it? African Youth Development Action Project, after the war, we were involved in the disarmament with George Weah, who some of you may know is the best footballer in the world. And after that, we were end up with 110,000 young people that have given their guns. What do we do with 110,000 children? First of all, some of the disarmament came from talking to them. Some we give them instruments and they give us guns. So just a guitar can do that. So the charity was established to focus on things that will influence young people, first of all. Not influence them to become millionaires, but things that we can connect with them. First of all, to be able to direct them into being good citizenship. So we use music, sport, art, and drama. The challenges we made was funding, making an impact on the research, the impact of the funding we discovered during our research, and actually empowering. And how do we empower? The other thing is the immediate focus of individuals. If you come from war, you're not thinking about how many degrees you have, first of all. You think about where you're going to sleep because you lost your home. You're thinking about how you're going to get over losing your permanent parent. We are working towards partnership, sustainability, cross-cultural education, and building links for the future. Now, partnership could be some of you, because what we are doing is not just us. Because we work with a school and we work with a community, a bigger community, there are other things that we don't have the expertise in. And what I want to tell all of us here and those who are supporting the Diaspora group is that every one of us in this room are from individual countries, and we have the passion for our people. We understand where they fall short, and we know what they need. We also understand what are the weak points and the strong points. And if you can support a Diaspora group, you are supporting a lot more. Last but not the least, we are all kind of role model where we live and where we come from. And if we go and give the children the information that they need and the right thing, they will listen to us. And remember, when a European person stands in front of Liberians, which I can speak about, they want money. That's what they want. When I stand before them with a European person and I tell you that this man or woman here want you to be a good citizen, they want you to learn to become independent in yourself. They're not only here to give you money. It interprets a different message. And there where the Diaspora connection is needed.
We all have different motivations for being involved in charity, and for me, being able to give a little back in a country that I've enjoyed so much over the years is what makes it worthwhile for me. Our aims and goals, as per our constitution, are to help relieve the poverty by advancing the education of underprivileged children in the Philippines, to support the educational growth and development of deserving Filipino children in the Philippines through financial sponsorship of their education from grassroots to high school, and to finance the higher education of Filipino students to university level. We're also in the process of taking on a property in Edinburgh with the idea of opening a drop-in advice and assistance centre for the Filipino community in Scotland. This will also offer Tagalog language classes for children and adults. There are several other social organisations run by the Filipino community in Scotland, and we work closely with them regarding fundraising both at their events and those organised by ourselves. Our largest and most ambitious fundraising event was in November 2009 when a group of 5 volunteers climbed 3 active volcanoes in the Philippines, and we're repeating that event in November later this year. We're a small charity and we get regular individual requests for assistance, anything from school books to life-changing operations. Logistically, it's not always possible to help in every case, but in cases where we feel there is merit, we pass on to our partner charity in the Philippines. This is an organisation called SACOP, Social Action Centre of Pampanga, which is run by the Catholic Church. In November, we have a volcano climb. I left the volcano climb to last because I'd like to take this opportunity to promote this event today. We'd be more than happy if other charities would like to get involved in this event. So if anybody here today feels like climbing some active volcanoes, just come and talk to me later.
My name is Habib Malik, head of Islamic Relief. A big title, but bottom line is I'm a beggar. I'm a fundraiser. You know, it really hurts when you think of a Haiti, country next to the richest country in the world, America. And look what Haiti is going through. Even after 14 months, there are still people living in tents. After 14 months. 10 million population, twice the population of Scotland, was already poor. And how unfortunate the country was hit with 3 major disasters within 1 year. We were lucky because one of our major fundraising offices is America. They were next door, they arrived within 2 days, and within 10 days we set up an office there as well with 40 odd staff members. We are operating in 3 camps where our job is to manage the camps, the safety and the security, providing water, hygiene kits, non-food items. One of the things which charities do quite a lot in disaster zones is try to recruit local people, and we call it cash for work, where they come, we take them to different areas. They may help us in removing the rubble or cleaning the camps and so on, and that's what we do quite a lot in Haiti. Also another project which we do is taking on young generation, provide them with vocational training, and hopefully helps their CV and the better chance of them getting a job. What are the challenges? One of the challenges, I say, for us was we have never had any physical presence before in around that region. Security is always a problem. The government is very unstable. Local authorities were not in functioning, so it was difficult to coordinate, and trying to find local expertise is a problem. These are some of our funders, DEC. On the right you'll see IR UK. I personally was involved in Scotland raising about £1 million, I think, for Haiti.
Last year we managed to get money for research from Comic Relief, and I think some people were asking us, and we were talking about the process and everything, and it wasn't easy, the money we got from Comic Relief, but the journey has been very educational. My experience of 16 years is funding for CORE, the former BCDP, and I have been very successful for 15 years, you know, getting money from ESF, from Lottery, from BBC Children, from Scottish Government, but the Comic Relief was very difficult, and I was getting paranoid. I say, there is some sort of conspiracy here. That's why sort of maybe, I look like one of these African dictators, and somebody says that we shouldn't give him this money. But the journey was that, I think, I found it very interesting because it's completely different. And I can say now, like, the work and the questions that we have been asking in the application forms, a bit about who are you going to work with in Africa and what is the evidence, I am just sort of to learn about it now and to reflect that now we have done this research, we distributed to the organizations who were involved with us, and they have to approve what is the next step, and they are going to agree, they are going to work with us on the outcome of the project. And that's what Comic Relief was asking us for these past 6 years, and I didn't do that, I was just doing it from here. So I have to admit that, but I think it wasn't big, but it was good. So what we did, the process is to advertise and appointed international consultant, and the process I involve Comic Relief as well, sort of to mentor me, in the sense that I have been managing research and what have you in Scotland for BCDP and CORE, but this one is new thing. So we worked together. There were sort of, the final decision was between us and our partner in the local organization, but they were guiding me whenever on the questions that I asked them.
We are managing a program called Africa UK, which is aimed at diaspora and enabling diaspora to have more effective advocacy skills on policymakers. Africa UK has funding initially for 1 year, but we're hoping that it will roll out and be a 3 or 4 year programme. Our aims are, as I said, to address the disconnect between diaspora organisations working in development and the development community, and also to tap into the enormous expertise of the diaspora community and their own relationships back in their home countries, which I think maybe are overlooked by some people who work in international development. We're just trying to provide a space for diaspora and policy makers to come together and discuss the issues and maybe challenge some of the preconceptions that members of the development community have.
The key thing is to share experiences, to have you drive the agenda, and we're looking at some, we call it training sessions. I would actually just say the engagements around advocacy, because I think many of you have been trying for ages to get policy changed, and it's about how we can work together to see ways of making a difference at different policy levels.